So Apple just released the fourth beta of iOS 16, and there are some changes on this update worth pointing out. Of course, if you have yet to try out iOS 16 beta, I definitely recommend doing so, and it's pretty similar to iOS 15 for the most part, with some tweaks to the lock screen, Apple Wallet, the Message app, and a few more. Okay, so the first new feature is a new way to view notifications, and this is pretty cool. So when you go into your notification settings, you're now going to see 3 different notification views. You've got count, stack, and list. So you can choose between any one of these, but I would definitely recommend trying the stack or list option because it makes viewing notifications a lot easier. Okay, so the next new feature is in the wallpaper section, and there are actually a couple options here. So when you click on wallpaper and customize, you're now going to see a blur option to the right. Now this is really cool because when you tap it, it adds a blur effect that really adds a cool effect to your background. Obviously, I've got the fish wallpaper up, but yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet, so let's check it out. Okay, so there you go. Okay, and before we get into the last feature on this beta, I also want to point out you guys can get on our iOS newsletter where we send out 1 email a week, as well as some great iOS resources in the description. Okay, back to the wallpaper section. You know, for the lock screen, there now is a text that says add widgets. Before we didn't have this as it was just an empty box and you just had to add widgets that way. But now Apple is giving some more instruction on how to do this. However, sadly, when you go into the widget options, nothing new has been added on this beta 4 update. Okay, so that really wraps up the main changes on this beta 4. You know, I'd still like to see more widget options added to the lock screen, as I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, but, you know, really not a whole lot to choose from. And maybe some more wallpaper options would be really cool as well. For now, like I said, I'd recommend checking out this beta when you guys get a chance.